You ever feel sorry for rich Trump supporters? And hear me out. I don't mean feel really, really sorry for them, but when you think about it, you might feel sorry for poor Trump supporters because they're poor, and it's right to have sympathy for other poor people. But then it becomes hard to feel sorry for them because of all the racism and sexism they represent. Now, racist and sexist bigotry, people that express that are obviously perpetrating bigotry, but they're also victims of bigger bigots such as Trump and Putin, who are, you know, controlling these people think with misinformation, lies, and fear mongering. Now, certainly, there's rich people who are just as racist and sexist as the poor trolls who support Trump or the poor people who troll for Trump. But I don't think rich people really spend that much time trolling for Trump on the internet. They've got things to do. They've got lives, and poor people troll for Trump because it's somehow satisfying to them. It's just like cognitive dissonance to continue on in this path that they've been kind of tricked into. But rich people might be just as racist and sexist as the people who are constantly expressing racist and sexist ideas because they're trolling for Trump because they're poor and they don't have something better to do, or they have the time to do it. And I'm sure some rich people are trolling for Trump too, spending time on the internet that they could be on a yacht or something instead. But that's how satisfying it is for them to feed that cognitive dissonance to continue to troll for this guy that controls them. Um, but I'm talking about there's a group of rich people who aren't that racist or aren't that sexist or aren't at least into being that racist and that sexist, but they're still voting for Trump for the tax break and basically for money. Just people who are just greedy enough bastards that they'll associate with all the terrible, worst people in the world, the worst racists, the worst sexists, the worst bigots in the world. They'll associate with all that for some money. So, again, you don't necessarily have to feel sorry for them because either way they're going to have some money. But the fact that they're associating with all this stuff and encouraging and enhancing all this stuff by supporting it, and that they'll always be judged and seen as terrible people for their association with it. Um, I don't know. Maybe feeling sorry for them isn't the right word, but it's not like they're people who need $5 that day to survive, or they need, to make some money to survive that day, and that's why money is more important to them than anything else. They're people who it's like, whether or not they have $5 million or $50 million makes such a difference to them that they care more about that than the health and well-being and rights of everyone else. And when you think, gosh, somebody who's already got millions of dollars just wanting more millions of dollars or wanting not to have to pay into a system to allow other people socialism, health care, disaster relief for the disasters they keep causing by supporting oil companies and making global warming and climate change worse. All that stuff, they just don't want to pay into that. They want the millions to themselves, and that's the reason why they can support Trump and therefore be associated with all this racism, bigotry, destroying the country, destroying democracy, destroying the planet. Gosh, that's a terrible greed. And again, it's not something to feel sorry for them for necessarily, but if they're not that racist and that sexist to have to be associated with Trump and all that just for some money, it's pretty pathetic. Thanks to all the cats and everybody for standing up for these people, standing up to these people, for America, for humanity, for the earth, to save democracy and all these things from the evil of Trump Trumpineers. Thank you.